Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dondi with FloraCraft. And today we are going to make this fun basket. Well, I guess it's more fall, but I'm going to show you how you can switch it up a little bit and bring it into the Christmas season. So we also have Mariah on chat. So any questions that you have, she'll be sure to let me know and we'll do our best to answer them for you. And if we can go to overhead, I'll show you guys what I found at Michael's to make this craft. All right. So this is our 14-inch craft foam wreath. And the best thing about, I think the best thing about our foam now is it's made with recycled materials. So you can feel a little bit better about using our foam. So you will also need to cover the wreath. Some of this is bead landings cording. And then to string your beads, you'll need some twine, any thinner twine so it'll fit in the beads. And this big bag of beads from Bead Landing. This is a 1 pound bag with multiple size beads inside. And then I found this ribbon for the bow, but of course it can be any ribbon that you choose. And we found some pine picks. These are pine they have a little ice on them and some pine cones. But in the actual model that you saw on camera or on the class, these are just regular pine branches with pine cones, and there's no frost and there's no snow on them. So it's kind of up to you. You can use any greenery that you want for your wreath. And then to bring us into December, into the winter months, we're going to add later some of this more icy, snowy pine pick that I found at Michael's. A little different texture, a little different color just to add in. And then some of the tools you're going to need, wire cutters for your Christmas picks, scissors for your rope and your twine. And then you'll need some greening pins. These are over in the floral department. And they're just a U-shaped pin that helps secure things to our foam real nicely. And you will need some cloth covered wire. This is also over in the floral department in the tools. It's just a cloth covered real thin wire. We'll use this to tie our bow. And then a low temp glue gun. This is a Craft Smart, and you'll want low temp because a lot of times the high temp will melt our foam. So this is a nice little low temp gun. Some of the guns have low or high switch on them, so you can do either or with them, which is nice. So the first thing we're going to do is wrap your wreath. And I found that if you lay your spool in front of you with the cord coming over the top and rolling or coming off towards you, it's going to be easier to wrap. If you have it like this and it's coming off the top, it twists as you wrap your wreath, and it starts to unravel and it just gets kind of haywire. So if you lay it down with the string coming over the top of the spool, you know, put it on the back and secure it with a floral pin or greening pin. Sometimes they're called greening pins, sometimes they're called floral pins, sometimes they're called S pins. All right. So the wrap comes over the front, and then you're just going to kind of pick up the wreath and bring over the spool. Pick up the wreath and bring over the spool. And that's going to keep it from twisting. And each time that you bring it over and wrap it, you're going to want to twist it on there really tight so it doesn't move on you. So that's basically all you're doing. And I don't have one of these done ahead of time, so we're going to get to know each other while I wrap this wreath. Well, like Lindsay said, the class is being recorded, so if you miss anything, you can come back 12 to 24 hours and or 24 to 48, I think it is. It'll be up on their YouTube site for you. And they just live there, so you can find lots of videos on there that are really fun to watch. I was thinking about when I was wrapping this too, if you could almost wrap it and get another color of rope or another color of twine and wrap them together and have two colors on there. It'd be kind of fun. Or maybe a wrap of rope and then string some of those smallest beads on there and do a row of beads and then a row of rope, which is kind of fun. And also this wreath that I have comes in green too. And the model that I just showed you actually comes in, is on a green wreath. So you can absolutely use white or green for this wreath. Is anyone sharing where they're from today? Can you guys let us know where you're calling from?
Yeah, we have a couple people from California, Long
Nice.
Island, New York, Brooklyn, New York, Florida, another one from Florida. And someone was wondering what size of wreath are you using for this?
This is a 14-inch wreath. Now, again, one more thing about this wreath is this one spool doesn't cover the entire wreath. It leaves about a 4-inch, 4 or 5-inch space that's not wrapped. And I didn't mind that because it's a nice place to be able to pin in your bow and your greens and not have to pin through the rope. But if you do want your wreath to be totally covered, then I would buy 2 spools of this rope.
We have a couple people crafting along, someone from Virginia, there's someone from Traverse City, Michigan.
Oh, nice.
Super close to us.
Yeah.
And then we have someone also from Connecticut. So we have quite a few people joining us today.
We've had Traverse City with us before. I wonder if it's the same person. Is it the same person? Maybe they'll answer. So this is it, guys. We're just going to keep on wrapping, and you can see I'm twisting the rope onto the wreath, and that's going to keep it on there real nice for you. So you do a few wraps, keeping that rope from getting twisted, and then just kind of spin it on there. And like I said, you could do another color in between the wraps. It'd be pretty. They have a lot of that cord colored cord, or some of those textured yarns too would be really pretty. Got such pretty yarn out there, and Michael's has a huge selection of yarns that would definitely look nice. Some of that heavy textured.
Another question that was asked was, how thick is the rope that you are using on here?
This rope is 6 millimeter.
And Dondi, just so you know, the person from Traverse City, it's actually her first time. So
Okay,
welcome,
okay.
join.
Welcome.
You want to give a little background of where we're from, Dondi?
Sure. We are broadcasting from Ludington, Michigan, which is about halfway up the state of Michigan, right on the water. And we had our first little bout of snow yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. So getting ready for the cold winter months. Getting us ready anyway. A long winter around here. Traverse City too. They're probably worse than us when it comes to snow. How's everybody coming wrapping? How many people are crafting along? Are they?
Crafting along. Someone also asked a question is, how would you do another color in between?
So when you very first start with your first wrap, you would pin both ends of the rope or yarn or other color that you choose, and you would just wrap them together right next to each other.
Some people say they are crafting. Someone said she's frantically wrapping, so crafting along.
It's pretty tedious. It is. Keeping it straight and keeping it from twisting and keeping it tight. I do notice that the white, it doesn't show through as much as the green did. Where the little spots where it might not be all the way together, I'm noticing that the white is covering a lot nicer. The green looks nice too.
Yeah, you know, just depend on the color of the foam for that. Not foam, the color of the like yarn you're using, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely would matter. If it was a darker rope, then you're gonna see the white a little more than you would the green. So
Someone also asked if they could use thick white rope. I'd say, yeah, you can use whatever color you want.
absolutely, and the thicker the better, because you won't have to wrap as many times.
And then another question I seen was they asked how you secured the front of the rope. Are you going to show that again at the end?
Yep,
Or-
yep.
okay.
And all I used was a little greening pin, the little U pin that I talked about. And I just pinned it down with at the end. You could put a little dab of glue on there just to make sure that it stays secure. But these wreaths, these extruded wreaths are pretty sturdy, and they do hold up nice, and they do hold pins and stems real nice. But it's on a door and it's going to get bumped around. You might want to add a little glue. Hey, we're getting there.
We had someone say in the chat that she's making this for Christmas for herself, and she sells crafts, like she has a small business for crafting, and she loves your ideas, Dondi.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
That's a fun business. Doing something you love and making money. Yay. I've been with FloraCraft for about 24 years, so I have done my share of crafting for sure. All right. Almost there. Well, I probably could have had one pre-wrapped, but the class would have been like 20 minutes long. So are you guys changing it up? Are you using different greens? Are you trying some, excuse me, some different colors of rope? Or are you thinking maybe you'll change it up? Maybe share your ideas about how you're gonna do yours. Always fun to see how people change it up, make it a little different, make it their own.
Yeah, someone said that they have fall berries that they're going to add on there. I think that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And maybe even just little like little snowmen or little penguins, like little toys, I think would be a really cute thing if you want to make it kind of crafty.
Sure. Oh. Now you'll be able to see just how much it does cover and whether you want to grab another roll or not.
Also adding some fall foliage, so that would
Nice.
be really pretty.
Absolutely. Yeah, because then it can carry you from now all the way into the holiday, and you can change it out with that different greenery. And yeah, so lay it there and then slide your pin, straddle it over, and kind of put it in at a little bit of an angle just so it doesn't poke out the other side on you. And that should hold in there fine. So that's that. And now the beads. So I could get it open for you. There we go. Okay, so it looked like I used the two biggest sizes. To go around the outside edge. And if you twist this up as tight as you can, the end of your twine, and add a little glue, just like a teeny, just like brush the tip of the glue gun on it just to get a tiny bit on there, and twist it up. And it kind of holds that end together from unraveling while you're putting it through all these beads. A little more. And squirt a little glue out and just rub it on there a little. Eat a lot because then it'll make it so fat it won't fit through the hole. There you go. Make it nice and pointy and start threading. And I went big to small, but of course you guys can do any pattern you would like. 2 and 2 or 1 and 2 or however.
Would wax coating work as well for this?
Wax coating would work so well for this because you wouldn't have to put the glue on the end. It would already be nice and pointed for you.
What type of string are you using currently?
This is just jute twine. They call it twine from Ashland. But anything, I mean, it doesn't even have to be twine. You could use embroidered floss. You could use dental floss. You could use yarn. You could use whatever you have on hand that will string beads. We're not picky around here.
Someone also asked what size beads did you get? It looks like you just kind of got like a multi-pack of
Yeah,
them.
and I looked on here, but it just says 1 pound, but on the class, so the item number is 666588. And it's bead landing. It's listed on the class. It looks like there's 3 sizes of beads. The biggest might be just under an inch. And then the next biggest, maybe almost 3/4 of an inch. Maybe not that big. And then this last one is like maybe a 1/2 inch. And then I didn't do these all the way around. I only did them from the start of the rope to the end of the rope. I didn't bring it all the way through. Yeah, and I did this for Michael's holiday spice theme. So in store, you will see a lot of fun items that will go very nicely with this wreath. Whoops. Supposed to be the color one. Let's see where we are. Wishful thinking. Where is this wreath going on? People's front doors? Are we going to have them inside? I think of some other things that we could put on it.
Indoors. Someone else is using it for outdoors. Someone's making theirs for a friend for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I hear that a lot, that people are making their gifts. They mean a lot more, I think. Somebody took the time to sit down and make something, because time is not always easy to find. Oh, we're so close. How's everybody coming with their beads? Keeping up?
We got a couple questions. One was, can we use pom-poms in between the white beads and do colored beads as well? I would say, yeah. I mean, this is just like an idea, and you guys can do whatever you would like with it.
Yep.
Add different colors, design styles.
Definitely. Pom-poms would be a cute, especially if you wanted to do it more holiday. They have those pom-poms that are, they have a little bit of tinsel in them, a little bit of sparkle in them. That'd be fun to add a little shine.
Someone also asked, have you made any other wreaths similar to this one, with maybe different color rope or beads? And if you do you have any samples of them?
You know what? This is actually my very first beaded wreath.
Someone also said they're still wrapping.
Okay.
Dondi is the expert. That's why she can do it so quickly. So
Well, and I already
don't feel
made
bad.
one.
Yeah.
See? I already had the practice. So this is not like that easy of a thing to do. So what I did is I tied this string right on the end of this U-pin or greening pin, and I tied it right in a knot to the end of the pin like that. And then trying to get these little beads all on here so that they stay centered on the side of the ring wasn't that easy, but we're gonna give it a whirl. So you're gonna put your pin right in there with your beads attached, and from the other end you want to push your beads right up tight to that, pin. And then we are going to, every once in a while, we're going to take these back out. This is just to hold them in place while we get them along here. We'll just every so often hold it up on the side and put a pin in. This is just going to keep it kind of where we want it, and then we'll come back and glue it. And then as you go, just make sure you're pulling your beads tight onto the cord.
Someone had another question, and it was, can we use iron round rings or any other kind of rings, adding like more thick yarn instead?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, of course.
And someone also gave the idea of hanging bells in the center.
Oh, nice.
And that
Yeah.
Michael's has a
Instead of
decor
the
item
little
similar.
beads.
Yeah.
Yep, that would be cute. That would give you a little sound when somebody came to your door. A little jingle. Looks like we need to add some more beads. I don't see any more big ones on this side. So this is what I'm gonna do, because I ran out of big ones. So if I ran out of big ones, you guys very well might run out of big ones too. So this is what I am gonna do to correct that. What do I have? Oh, we got lots of time. I'm going to take this back off. I am going to take this back off. Add a little more on the end of here. So I'm going to cut that knot off. I'm going to add all these small ones. Look like I needed about 3 inches. So I'm going to add like 3 more small ones on this side. Glue my end, so it's going to be funny. And that might take a little bit of room, that, and maybe just 2 on that side. Tie this back on here. In the knot. My beads from falling off. There we go. I'll center this right on the side of the wreath. And then go ahead and pull your beads tight up to that knot again. And then bring your beads around the edge. Pull them up where they need to be and keep that string tight on those beads so they don't get it separated. And number in here. Yeah, it looks like if I add a couple more on this end, I'll have just enough. That way it's even. I don't know that you'll even see it with the greenery on there, but just in case we want it to look the same on both sides. It really makes a difference to glue your string, I have noticed. There we go. Did that get us there? Yeah, close enough. You could add one more if you wanted, but I think we're good there. All right, and then before I secure that end, I'm going to start over on this side and just every so often on one of these big beads, I just put a little bit of glue in there and hold it there till it dries. And you're only going to need to go like every maybe third bead, every third large bead. And that should hold it good enough for you. If you find that when you take your pins off, it's not quite holding where you want it, then you can glue one or two in between too, but I think I only glued like every third one. That was fine. I hate to ask, but did anybody start Christmas shopping yet? Not me. Don't feel bad if you didn't, because I sure didn't. I'm one of those 2 days before Christmas praying that I can get everything done. My goodness.
I can't even imagine. You go, girl. Like,
Good job. Yeah. Make the rest of us look bad.
yeah. I don't even know what to get my family at this point. So.
It's hard.
It is.
I'm not a big shopper. I don't really care to shop, so it's really hard for me. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the man that's the plumber that has so much plumbing to do at home because he does it all day and doesn't want to go home and do it. That's me.
Someone said yes, and they love Christmas, and she wants to start decorating now.
Aw.
you know what? Go ahead.
Do
Who's-
it.
Who's stopping you?
That's right. Well, Tony, our coworker, put up
Mhm.
her Christmas tree already.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So yeah, do it.
Does anyone do Christmas tree themes? Like, do you have a theme every year? I know someone has one that's a Toy Story theme and they add an ornament every year. Does anyone have
Oh,
any of
sweet.
those fun traditions?
Hey, it's coming together. And as you're gluing, you might find that you have to take the pins out, the pins in front of you out, because as you glue and tighten this string, they're going to kind of move around on you. So just keep that string tight. You just want to make sure that it's really, really pulled tight. Otherwise you get gaps in there and it's just not the same look.
Someone said they have blue gnomes with silver and gray accents and white.
Beautiful.
Someone said they have two big trees and they rotate and change each year. That's pretty cool.
Nice, yeah.
And then someone else said they have a beach theme in her house. So she does a sea theme on her tree. That's
Oh,
cool. I
pretty.
love to hear that.
That's always pretty. Yeah. With the
Thanks for
shells.
sharing, guys.
Yeah. This wreath could almost have a beach vibe to it. My tree has all my grandma's ornaments, a lot of my grandma's ornaments on it.
Dog themed tree. So I had dog like garland, and then I made my own ornaments with little paw prints on them. So
Oh, sweet. Did Daisy help? Daisy's her dog.
yes, my dog. She had glitter all over her. Let me tell you.
Aw. All right. Looking good. And then at this time, you can go back, and if there's any that are sagging a little bit, you don't like where they're positioned, then you can add a little more glue to it. Right. By that, and I already glued that on there, and I shouldn't have because I need a little bit of room. And then we just pin this on real tight. Rid of this. Oh, extra cord. All right, take out these pins. We won't need those anymore. All right, how's everyone doing? Get their feet on. Well, it looks like everything's pretty good. There's a couple that are a little loose, but I don't think you'll notice. All right. Now I started with my bow because where there is bow, you don't have to put greens. And I like my bow to be level with my wreath. I don't like it to stick out way out past all my greens and everything. So I like to put it right on the wreath. So to start, you'll take a tail, I don't know, good 8-inch tail maybe. So you'll bring your ribbon to the back. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, you got a tail in front of you like that. Bring your ribbon to the back, make a loop, and pinch it. So this loop is probably good 3.5 inches, 4 inches. So your next loop, you want to do the same size, and you're going to bring from the back and loop forward to your thumb. And get that under your thumb and give it a pinch. And then I like to twist. So right there where you bring it in the center, give it a twist. And what that does is it kind of puckers, gives your bow a little bounce, the little pleats kind of make it open up a little more. So to the center, give it a twist, grab it with your thumb. Another one, bring it to the center, give it a twist. And then that's your 4 loops. And then you're going to get a little tiny loop in the center of your bow. And then just pull that tail down and cut it off. And this is where your cloth covered wire comes in. So just insert it right through that center loop. Bring it between the tails, round to the back, and then pinch all that center of that bow really tight together. That wire together. And this. And save these little pieces for your next bow. So there's your bow. And then for the little tails, I like the dovetails. I just think it's a pretty look. I always pretty dovetail in the end. That. And then you can put a little glue on there, or you can put it in with a floral pin. I just catch that pin right behind that wire that you just put on. You're going to put that right in the middle. Now, if you don't like that the white is behind there, you can first take a little bit of this ribbon and just wrap this around there first. And it'll just kind of look like part of the ribbon back there. So that would be a quick fix. If you don't want that raw wreath, if you're seeing it and you don't like it, you could just take a quick few wraps of ribbon and cover that up, and it's just going to be a nice background for your bow. So get this back here. And then on my bow, I wanted a little more of this color on my wreath. So I just took another piece. We're going to say it's 12 inches. And I cut a dovetail on both ends. You just fold it in half and put a wedge out. So then this one, right next to it, and it just kind of looks like more tails in your bow. So bend it so that this one's a little bit longer than this one. So it's about like that. And then straddle this little part you have pinched with your pin. And then right in behind your bow, kind of where you have it pinned already, you can put that in. And all that does is just add a little bit more of that color and that texture to your wreath. Again, about 12 inches, and it doesn't have to be exact. dovetail. And then about quarter of the way down, I'm just going to pinch it, straddle it with a pin. And we'll put that one in right on this side. A little more color. A little background for your greens to sit against. Yeah. Right, and then these guys. And again, this can be any greenery. Anything will work on this wreath. You could even do like the frosted. Everything's got that either Dusty Miller or eucalyptus or lamb's ear. That all that pretty color in here would be pretty too. All right, you can leave this on, this big stem. You can leave it on if you want. It's going to hide behind the bow and it's kind of hard to cut. So you can actually just leave that right where it is. You're just going to lay it right here above your bow. And have it so that it comes out a little bit from your loop. So you want to see it a little. We'll put it about right there. And we'll come up here and you're going to want to put a couple pins in here so it doesn't move around on you. Like that. Works. The other on the other side. I just bend it a little bit so it's kind of the same shape as the wreath. Like I said, you can cut it. Oops, you can cut it off if you want to, but it's not going to bother anything having it on there. And you can save your hands from having to try to cut it. Pull a couple pins in here to keep it in place. And you can glue this if you want to help secure it. But like I said, those pins hold in this foam pretty nice. But if it's on a door and going to get dinged around, you want to maybe put a little extra glue on there. All right. So you could actually, like right now, it could be almost done for Thanksgiving. And then as Christmas comes in, you can add some of this fun frosty greens to it. And I would just, same thing, put a little bend in it so it's the same shape as the wreath. Come back in. You could almost slide it right into the pins that you already have and just kind of work it in so that you get some of this peeking through and some of this peeking through. And just kind of work it in, add to it. And then the only thing we have left to do is add the little bead hanging ornament like type things that I made from the bead package. But now that I remember, I'm out of large beads. So literally all I did for these is just strung them. I put a knot in the end of the twine. You got to put kind of a big knot so it doesn't slip through the bead. And pin the end real tight. And just thread on however many you want to dangle. And any you can put them any way you want. You do all small ones, or you could do size ones. Up to you. But just make it so, like on this one, I made them 3 different lengths, so they hung at 3 different lengths on the wreath. I'll add one more to this one. And then all you're gonna do to put this on the wreath is just tie it on another pin and pin it up under your bow. Like that, and then it just hangs from the center. And like I think someone said, you could do bells, little jingle bells there would be super cute. You could add some lights to this wreath. I know everyone really likes seeing lights in their wreath. That would be fun. But that's it, guys. So this one, maybe this one was 2 and 3, so maybe this one could be 3 and 5 to make it a little longer. Is there anything anyone wants to see before we go? To show you again. Any final questions? So there's another one, and that would hang a little longer, and then you could do one more that's even a little longer.
Someone did ask, what type of hook would you use to hang on the back of this?
You could do a little loop of ribbon would work. And to do that, all you would need to do is just literally cut like a 12 to 14 inch piece of ribbon. And actually, I don't know. I think I would put quite a bit of glue. I would pin right through this ribbon and put quite a bit of glue. And you could pin that right to the back and hang like that would be pretty. You could use a little piece of wire, a little piece of your jute would work. Or you could just hang it right on a nail. Just hang the wreath over a nail or on a wreath hook. So we have a teeny bit of time left. I can show you guys real quick what our upcoming class will be. There we are. So these are just fun little tree. It's a little tree tablescape. I'll show you how to wrap these. This is just fabric and felt and ribbon, some dowels and some little beads. And this will go very nicely with Michael's classic Christmas, their Nutcracker theme. They have such cute little nutcrackers. And this would be really cute to display with the Nutcracker theme that they have at Michael's. All right, so let's put these up side by side. Show you guys. I didn't get my beads in this one, but that's okay. Show you a different look. But that's it. If there's no final questions. Oh, okay. Sure.
Is there any suggestions on how to make a bow? Do you have any quick suggestions on how to do that? Or is there any past classes that have shown how to make a bow?
The bow, yep. Yeah, I mean, I think several of FloraCraft classes I've done it, but I can do another bow real quick for you. So you take your tail, hold it in front of you like this. You take your ribbon and roll it to the back. And right where it comes together, you're gonna pinch it together with your fingers. And then I just like to get that tail out of the way. So there's your first bow and tail. And now your ribbon's at the back. So you're gonna bring it to the front. When you get it to the front, give it a twist right there where it's at, meets at the center. And that twist is also gonna bring the right side of your ribbon forward. This is kind of one-sided. So you'll make another loop, come to the center, give it a twist. That's gonna bring your front side forward. Bring it to the center. Give it a twist. And then, I mean, you can keep going. You can make as many loops as you want for your bow. And then for the center, you're just gonna do a very tight little loop.
Ribbon you were using is wired, correct?
This is wired, and wired ribbon is definitely a little easier to do bows with. It helps keep their shape and it makes them a little nicer. But yes, don't forget the class is recorded, so you can go on and watch me make bows all day long. All right, everyone. That was all the questions. I'll hold this one up one more time. And we'll say goodbye. Thanks for making it fun with FloraCraft.